The Leica Q is a blend of speed, efficiency, and beauty. Ivoni and I had an awesome opportunity to use the Leica Q for about 30 minutes. It wasn't a lot of time, but hey, here are some of the things we liked about the camera. This 24 megapixel full frame little beast is rocking a fixed 28mm lens at f1.7. Yes, this is a fixed lens, and to be honest, I think that's kind of awesome. Shooting with this fixed lens forces you to move around and reframe your composition. The aperture settings are in front of the lens, ranging from f1.7 to f16, and there's also an aperture priority mode, followed by the focusing ring and the macro switch. On top of the Leica Q, you have 3 dials. The shutter speed dial, next to that is the burst mode, and then to the far right is the dial for fine tuning. The Leica Q features a 3.68 megapixel electrical viewfinder, or EV for short. The EV is bright, and when looking through the EV, you can see exactly what your final image will look like based on your exposure. Another feature for the camera is a touch LCD screen, which allows for more navigation for the camera settings. Along the left side, you'll see 5 buttons: play, delete, function, ISO, and menu. To be honest, I find it kind of odd that Leica and also Nikon has placed the ISO button on the back of the camera, whereas Canon places it near the front with the other buttons. It makes more sense to have the ISO button near the front than the back because it forces you to put both hands on the camera and try to change the dial at the same time. I don't know, that's a pet peeve of mine. The Leica Q allows you to digitally crop with 2 extra focal lengths, 35 and 50. This does cut down the pixel count, so for example, when you're at 50mm, you'll be shooting 10 megapixel resolution images. Leica is a step ahead of Canon and Nikon when it comes to RAW processing. The Leica Q shoots in DNGs, digital negatives. I personally convert my NEF files from my Nikon to DNG when I process them through Lightroom. Digital negatives are RAW files. You still retain all the information of an actual RAW file, but it's in a smaller package basically. This little guy is sitting at a whopping $4,250. So who is this camera for? Well, one, someone who can afford it. But what stands out the most is the 28 fixed lens. I like the idea, and this camera would be perfect for street photographers. The manual controls allow you to be fully engaged with your surroundings. Up until this point, neither of us has ever used Leica before. So being able to have this opportunity was awesome. Leica has an incredible brand, great cameras that take amazing images. I hope you guys like this video. Remember to subscribe and like it, and stay tuned for the next one.